Hi guys. So sorry it's taking me so long to do guys another update. Everyone in the house has kind of been feeling under the weather, and I wasn't really up to doing an update so fast regarding what had been going on. For those of you guys that follow me on Instagram or on Facebook or on Twitter, you already know what I'm going to say, but I'm just going to give you guys more in detail. And as this video describes, the title, the good, the bad, and the TMI. So sorry about the shadows. I actually finally doing my first video during the daytime so you guys can see things bright, and so yay. All right. So let me go back to the day before my second blood work appointment, which is February 27th, which is a Wednesday. I was going to go pick up Puka Bear from school, and I'm in her classroom, and I felt something just didn't feel right down there. I went to the restroom, and here comes the TMI part, but there was a lot of blood. And so I came home, and I called the clinic. Well, actually, I called the clinic on my way home, and the ladies I was supposed to speak with, they were in a meeting, so I said, okay, I need them to call me back. I was actually on my way to the emergency room because I didn't know what was going on. There was just a lot of blood, and I was just freaking out. So on my way to the emergency room, they called me and told me that, oh, the bleeding is normal, and I'm just, are you sure? Because this is a lot of blood, and it's just a lot, and it's kind of gushing out. And they said, oh, it's normal. Just go home, put your feet up, relax, take it easy for the rest of the day. If you go to the emergency room, they're not really going to be able to tell you anything that you wouldn't find out tomorrow, because tomorrow you have a regular blood work appointment. So just wait for tomorrow and just take it easy for the rest of the day. Went home, laid on in bed, played a couple little games on my PlayStation, and I went to the restroom, and there was just a lot more bleeding, and there was really big clot. And I knew still something just did not feel right to me, but I did a lot of research. I was talking to a lot of my other serial moms on Instagram and asking them, just kind of getting reassurance, because it just did not feel right to me. Went to my blood work appointment Thursday. They said my numbers were still high. Everything was great. So I had a little bit of relief, but it still wasn't enough, because even still, if I did have a miscarriage the previous day, my numbers would still be high because the hormones would still be in my system. So I went to my doctor's. I got the phone call from the clinic, and she said that something was low. I wasn't quite sure which it was that she had said, but she prescribed me a different medication. And I am so sorry. I meant to bring down all my medications for you guys to see, so you know what all I've been taking. The new one, I'm not sure what it was called, but it was just a different pill, another pill that I have to take orally. And I had to take it before bed because it makes me drowsy, and it definitely did. As soon as I took it, I lay down, I was out. So even still, I knew I had another appointment the following Thursday for another blood work appointment, and it was my ultrasound appointment, so I was really excited to do that. But all the days leading up to that, I still never felt pregnant. I kept, waiting for something to happen. Nothing new was changing. I didn't have any symptoms whatsoever. I was eating a lot, but I just might have been using that as an excuse. Well, I'm pregnant, I'm going to eat these cookies at 10 o'clock at night, but whatever. I even was checking my girls. They didn't seem to be getting any bigger, which is the number one indication for me when I'm pregnant. And plus, I've never not felt pregnant if I was. Even with my two little ones, before I even took a test, before I missed my period, something had happened, and I'm pregnant. But nothing like that ever happened. I even asked, my other ladies on Instagram, is it just me? Am I crazy? Maybe my mind isn't registering the fact that I'm pregnant because it didn't happen the normal way. I have no idea. So I went to my other appointment, and even still, I was still bleeding. Not as much. I only bled a whole lot that Wednesday. After that was just spotting, which I know that part was normal because of the endometrium that I've been taking. And plus, when you do transfer with multiples, then you do have a lot of bleeding, which I did not know that as either. So I'm letting you guys know, if you are looking into being a surrogate, if you do a transfer with multiples, there is going to be a lot of bleeding. There's going to be a lot of spotting. So I'm just letting you guys be prepared for that. So I went to my other appointment. I had my appointments. I had two different ones that day. At 9:30, I had my blood work appointment. And so I went in and did my blood work. You know, they'd asked me, they're like, oh, you know, it's good. You know, you're still pregnant. And I'm like, I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I don't. And so it's weird because the same ladies that do my appointments are the same ones I've been going to since this whole journey started. So I also have them in it with me, which is really cool because they see how things are going. They know my girls, and you know, every week it's like, hey, you're back. You know, how are things going? Well, obviously they're going good. You're here again. But so I did my blood work appointment, and I was just nervous because I still didn't feel pregnant, and I was trying to stay positive, but you really know. So at 1, I had my ultrasound appointment, and I went in, and the nurse asked me if I heard back from the clinic yet. I said no, and I just could tell in her face that it wasn't good news. And so we went on ahead and did the ultrasound, and she told me that my numbers had dropped to 65%, and they could not find anything in there. There was no baby. So I did unfortunately have a miscarriage that day that I thought I did. The part that sucked, I guess, after the fact was after she did the ultrasound, told me there was nothing there. I had to wait in the room for the doctor to come and talk to me, which took like an hour. And I did my sad, thoughts. I cried a little bit because we come so far and it still didn't produce a continuing positive pregnancy. But how do I explain it? I wasn't as sad as I thought I would be for multiple reasons. One, because I never felt pregnant, so I didn't believe that I was. And so I couldn't really attach myself to a pregnancy because I didn't feel like I was. Another reason why I was kind of able to deal with it a little bit easier was because I knew the baby wasn't mine. And going into this whole situation, I know the child is not mine. I'm not going to attach myself to it, the baby, as far as a mother and this is my child. But I will as far as just mothers. Mother, I'm going to care about anyone's child, regardless if it's mine or if it's not mine. That's just that mothering instinct that we have. We're always going to care about other people's children. So that's the only attachment that I would have had to the baby. And it's sad, and then another horrible part. Oh, it's funny because when they told me, the doctor's going to come and talk to you, I'm thinking, there's nothing I want to talk to her about. There's no baby in there. I want to go home. I just want to go cry and just shut myself out from the world for a while. But the doctor came and she told me, oh, stop taking your medications. Duh, no, I'm going to keep taking them. But I just knew she had to tell me that anyway. So then another bad part is when the parents called, I told them that I was going to record or at least try to get some type of video for them during the sonogram and send it to them so they could see. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, of course, but they called me before the clinic had called them. So I had to be the bearer of bad news and tell them that I was no longer pregnant. And it was the most uncomfortable thing I've ever had to do. It was really, really hard. But they were still very positive and said, well, we're still gonna be positive. We've gotten this far, and we're just going to have to try again. I was not sure if I could necessarily try again at the time because of how hard the third transfer was for me as far as trying to get there, the anxiety of it all. And I'm telling you guys, like I told last time, from the time my flight is booked until I check into my hotel, I am just a bundle of nerves. And it's just, I'm the worst. But now I have someone that can travel with me, guaranteed, and it's not going to be an issue for me going through if we decide to do a fourth transfer. And so a couple days had passed, nothing really happened. I wasn't on my meds anymore. My cycle started up again, and yesterday I got a phone call from the clinic, and they told me that it was kind of rare for it to have taken this many times and nothing, and a viral pregnancy has not happened. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a mock transfer. What that is starting yesterday, I started taking my birth control pills. And some people ask, okay, if they want you to get pregnant, why are you taking birth control pills? What that does is it controls my cycle. It's for them to be able to time everything, because it's all done as far as timing. I take my birth control pills for 2 weeks, and then I'm going to start taking my estradiol, which are, last time I was taking, the first 2 transfers, I was taking them only 2 times a day. The last transfer, I took them 3 times a day. So I'm going to be taking my estradiol 3 times a day, and I'm going to be taking endometrium 3 times a day, which is the vaginal pill, which is totally disgusting. I hate it, and I just wish I didn't have to take that anymore. But it's for a good cause, so I'll do it. And I'm going to take those medications, and then around the time where we would do a transfer, they're going to do, I forgot the word, but basically they're just going to take a small sample of my, the lining of my uterus to see if there's something that can be done differently to produce a pregnancy. I believe we have 5 embryos left, and they want 2 children. So, and when it's all said and done, whether it happens with me or later on it happens, they want 2 children. So we're kind of running out. And so we're going to do that just to see if maybe medication needs to be tweaked a little bit to get a complete positive 9-month pregnancy this 4th time. So that is the good. We will be trying again. I want to thank you guys for being with me through this whole journey. It's been really, really, really rough, but I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So, if you guys have any questions, and I am so, so, so excited about just where this is going. I've been reading a lot, trying to be positive, trying to change my thinking and verbalization of things, because if you think positive, you say positive, then positive will happen. For those who don't know, a little lesson of education for you. And I think that's about it. Nothing else really has been going on. No. So, once again, thank you guys again. I love you guys so much. Keep following me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook for my friends and family that personally know me. And I think that is all. Is that? I think so. So thank you guys again. I love you. Bye.